But before we begin, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Rate of the Elden Jeans. Ads. We love them here, don't we, folks? Okay, but seriously though, isn't it crazy that this is not made up? That this is the actual experience? If you go to TV right now and actually watch YouTube, you will have to watch a 45 seconds of unskippable ads. 45 seconds? Isn't that crazy? And hold up. That's not it. In between segments of whatever you're watching, or maybe you're watching this on TV right now, you will still be interrupted with unskippable ads that will go to up to 20 seconds. I think 25 or 30 seconds even of unskippable ads. Like, are you serious? Isn't it crazy that just quite a while ago, the most amount of seconds that you will have to see is only 5 seconds of unskippable ads, but now they are comfortable enough to actually insert up to 45 seconds of unskippable ads in YouTube? Oh my god. At this point, what is the difference between YouTube and traditional TV? Well, you know, being able to choose what you want to watch is kinda nice. Okay, but seriously though, at this point, it is kinda clear that YouTube is just trying to push everybody to subscribe to their YouTube premium stuff, and then, once everybody's gonna used to it, they're gonna up the price. You know, the usual stuff, the modern Netflix business model. Okay, let me lick YouTube's ass a little bit here because, you know, the platform I'm literally uploading my stuff towards. In YouTube's defense, it's not like they're the only culprits of this. Other platforms are also guilty of being bad with ads. If anything, the biggest reason why we're so frustrated with YouTube ads getting so much worse is because for the longest time, they used to be quite the best with how they deal with ads. And now that they're taking away that comfort with ads, of course, everybody's gonna get pissed off. I mean, one easy example that everybody can look at right now is just news sites. I know, yuck. Who the heck still reads news nowadays? I just get all the news that I need from TikTok. You see, Newjeans has this amazing idea. You see, they've been dealing with the decrease in profits, right? Because nobody's using different websites now, so they all just stuck around on these different social media platforms and just cycle through them. That's the modern way. So these news sites are losing their consumer base. They're looking at a decrease in profits. And their amazing idea in how to deal with the decrease in profits: just slam the consumer base that you still have with a ton of ads. Make their experience an absolute hell. Amazing idea, isn't it? And another easy example would be Twitch. I still, to this day, don't understand how they expect me to sit through 2 minutes of ads. 2 minutes of ads just to watch this Welshman play some JRPG game that I don't even care about. Oh, God forbid that I changed my mind and I decided to watch Shroud play some FPS game instead because, boom, another round of 2 minutes of ads.
We just pretend like it's not happening.
So what I'm saying is, what ad blockers are you guys using, mate? Because mine ain't working for Twitch. Or are you telling me that all you people that watch Twitch are on that pay-to-live grind site? Because that's kinda crazy. No. As much as all these things are frustrating, I don't think ads themselves are the problem here. If anything, I'd argue that for a lot of you, and for me as well, we wouldn't really mind seeing a lot of ads in our day-to-day lives. It's kind of the modern expectations to see a lot of ads as you go about your daily life, physically or even online. And ads themselves are kind of important. For one, it keeps the entertainment industry afloat. Have you ever wondered how those artists manage to get so much money? How they're able to afford all these mansions, all these supercars or whatever? Well, I can't really tell you the answer because I'm not one, but what I can tell you though is, for example, for YouTube, those annoying ads, those ads that are getting so in your face and so frustrating nowadays, a lot of that bread is going straight to your favorite YouTuber's dining table. And on top of that, a lot of YouTubers also do a lot of sponsored segments to get their payment. And what are those? Ads. That's right. And this also applies to a lot of artists as well. A lot of artists makes money by collabing with a lot of different companies, either through direct ads or maybe collabing by actually making their own product line within the company or whatever, you know. Those things, those collaborations are kind of what pays the bills for a lot of these artists as well, I assume. And honestly, that aside, because who cares, right? I also kind of want to see, and I assume you as well, want to see ads that you are genuinely interested in, ads that are relevant to ourselves. For example, I like stationaries. but I like them. I don't need them, so I won't go out of my way to look up the coolest looking stationaries out there because I don't need it. But, you bet as hell that I would click those YouTube shorts covering those cool ash looking pens whenever they came up. That's some good advertising, some good targeted advertising. Because who knows? Maybe someday I manage to convince myself that a $15 delivery fee for a pencil that costs less than $30 somehow dashing makes sense. I don't know, who knows? And an example of this that is quite less obvious as well, for example, look at this. Does this scream anything to you? Well, if you watch Powerpuff Girls, or maybe you know a little bit about it, it is very clear that this is a collaborative work between Newjeans and Powerpuff Girls. Whether it is an ad or not, I don't know. But the important part is, even though it's clearly an ad or at least a collaborative work, a lot of people, at least me myself, don't really mind this because it's not getting in the way of the content itself. If anything, I'd even go as far to say that it kinda improves the content itself. The music itself is kinda improved because of that collaborative work with Powerpuff Girls. Because the concept of Powerpuff Girls just somehow works together really well with Newjeans, so it kinda enhances the media. When the ads themselves arguably enhances the product itself, you kinda wanna see it. Whenever you see something and you kinda wishes they would collab with some company because you just think it's kinda the obvious route, you would kinda wanna see it. And another example is this. Now, if you're like me and you love Van Damme, I really like this ad. Because honestly, regardless of anything, I would have loved to see Van Damme doing his iconic split on two moving trucks regardless. And these are cases where the ads themselves are so good that you kind of want to see it regardless of the ads themselves. Regardless of it being an ad. Okay, that's great and all, but if you ask any marketing team, obviously they want to make the greatest ad there is. If you ask Bethany here from the marketing team whether she wants to create the next greatest ad or a horrible ad, obviously Bethany is gonna want to create the next greatest ad. But it's just not that easy. It's not a problem that you can just solve by throwing money at the problem. I mean, let's look at Newjeans again. They do have Newjeans, they do have ETA, both a collaborative work, kind of essentially an ad, and a lot of people like it. But Newjeans does also have Coca-Cola is delicious. Oh god. What a song that is. Honestly, what the heck is Coca-Cola Mashita, man? What the heck? Why did they decide that that's such a great idea? Oh my god, it's so... But regardless though, this is a direct proof that money here isn't the solution. It's literally Coca-Cola working with Newjeans. Two huge brands, two humongous brands are working together, which means there's a lot of money in the game, but they still come short to an ugly child. So obviously it's not that easy to create the next greatest ad. By the way, talking about Coca-Cola, do you still remember that Pepsi ad with Kendall Jenner? Isn't it kind of funny that two of the biggest Coke brands are kind of bad at creating good ads for themselves? Okay, tangent aside, back to ads 101. You see, I think the ads themselves don't need to be exceptional. The ads don't need to be the next greatest ad. I mean, just look at your day-to-day lives. How many stupid ads that you see in your day-to-day lives that you just kinda tolerate? The ads themselves don't have to be exceptional in order for them to be acceptable. I mean, again, let's focus back to Newjeans. But by the way, I swear, okay, I'm not making this video just to talk about Newjeans, okay? It just so happens that Newjeans have a lot of relevant cases, okay? Just leave me alone, okay? Okay, let's focus on Newjeans Housesuite for a little bit. It is also a song where they're doing a collaborative work with Coca-Cola for their MV. In Housesuite, they do have this, which is just ridiculous, man. It's so blatantly obvious that they're trying to sell Coca-Cola here. Like, what are they doing? But here's the thing, they also have this one as well. which is more tasteful. It's very still clearly a Coca-Cola ad. You can still very clearly focus on the Coca-Cola if you just put a little bit of effort into watching the scene. But it's still more tasteful and more acceptable. Why? Because it's not too in your face. It is not taking away your focus from the girls themselves. I mean, true, if you want to focus on the Coca-Cola, you obviously can, but the focus of the shot is just the girls exiting out of the store. If you contrast this with the shot previously, this one is very much in your face that the focus of this shot is the Coca-Cola bottle. And I think this is what's important. The important thing is just for the ads themselves to not be too in your face. And I think Apple kind of understands this. I mean, I'm not trying to lick Apple's face. Okay, I don't even use Apple phones. But here's the thing, Apple actually kind of understands it quite a bit. For example, ETA is a collaborative work with Apple phones. But look at how they're doing it. Yes, it's very clearly a collaborative work with the iPhone. I mean, it's blatantly told to you at the beginning of the MV that this is being shot with an iPhone. However, focus on how Apple is implementing the iPhone to these MVs. I mean, for this one, for example, I think it's a horrible shot, okay? Don't get me wrong. But the most important part is that they're not taking away your focus. The main focus of the shots themselves are still the Newjeans girls, not the iPhone themselves. But the most important part is still it's doing Apple a solid by clearly showing that it's an iPhone. But again, the focus of the shot is not the Apple phone itself, but the girls. It's not taking away your focus. That's the most important part. Look at another example, Better Things by aespa. It is also very clearly collaborative work with the iPhone. It is still very obvious that Karina is trying to show off the iPhone, but again, the focus of the shot is Karina. If you want to look away and disregard the iPhone completely, you obviously can. And that's the most important part. As long as these ads is not too in your face, buy our product, buy Coca-Cola. Don't you see Heron is drinking this drink? It's obviously so refreshing. As long as these ads does not get to that point where it just blatantly is too annoying, people would probably tolerate it. And this also applies to the YouTube stuff as well. Nobody likes the unskippable ads. Nobody likes being forced to watch these ads, even if it's just 5 seconds. But scrolling through ads is fine. For example, just look at Reddit or Twitter, or most importantly, e-commerce that's kind of disregarded. If you go through like Amazon and stuff, it's very clearly there that those are like some sponsored items up top. But a lot of people are kind of fine with it because first of all, they're relevant to your searches. But second of all, if you want to skip through it, you literally just need 1 second of scrolling. Less than a second, it's just a few microseconds of just scrolling and boom, you don't see those ads anymore. And that's why if you see ads on the YouTube homepage or the recommendation tab, a lot of people wouldn't kind of mind it because literally, if you don't want to see those ads anymore, you can just literally scroll away. Essentially, to answer the question, why are these ads getting so annoying and frustrating? Well, they're just simply getting way too intrusive. They are getting in the way of the content. That's why a lot of people are kind of having a problem with it. So, I've been ranting for a whole lot. What's the solution here, mate? I don't know. If I had the solution, I'd be running for politics, alright? And I'm sure a lot of you are here for the rants anyway, right? And be honest with me here. If this ads doesn't get to an egregious point where it's just completely unacceptable, are we really gonna leave these platforms? We're probably gonna stick around, honestly, right? And back to YouTube again. Remember, this is a very huge company with a huge marketing team, a whole lot of employees. Obviously, they've got more smart people. Not just more, people that are actually smart, not like me. They definitely knows that their ads are getting too intrusive, too annoying, too frustrating. A lot of people are kind of hating it, but the fact that they are implementing it anyways obviously shows that they have some ulterior motives. My guess is just they're trying to push every single of their consumer base to actually use their YouTube Premium stuff. And again, once everybody's so used to their YouTube Premium, they're gonna slowly up the price then. You know, just the usual modern stuff. So anyways, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Go like, subscribe, share, whatever if you want, and bye bye. Have a great rest of your day.